now we're going to talk about rebuilding your credit after all this happened. Now, there's two ways. There's basically two scenarios that we should cover here. One is you didn't file bankruptcy and you've just had some debt collection issues and you got to work through them. Now, that one's much harder and takes much longer because debt stays, negative credit remarks can stay on your credit report for up to 7 years. So you'll have to, make all your payments on time, because percent of on-time payments is a thing on your credit. You'll have to use, preferably less than 10% of your available credit. You'll have to keep accounts open because length of credit's important. And you'll have to wait for all that negative stuff to fall off. Then eventually your credit will start going up. Now, the other scenario is bankruptcy, which I know everybody's scared of, and everybody thinks it ruins your credit. But, like we talked about previously, when you file bankruptcy, all negative credit entries must come off. So all missed payments come off, all late payments come off, all default accounts come off. And so that's a beautiful thing, right? And then you can start using credit to get in a good way, and you can go through that. So let's talk about that. And let's talk about why bankruptcy doesn't hurt your credit. I mentioned this before, but I'll do it again. If you had two people who made $40,000 a year, and one person had $40,000 in credit cards, and they could file bankruptcy anytime and they were barely making their payments, would you loan that person money? Or if you had another person who made $40,000 a year, they just filed bankruptcy, so they had no debt, wiped clean, so they had no payments, and they couldn't file bankruptcy again for 8 more years. Out of those two people, who would you loan money to if it was your money? Typically, people are going to pick the second person. Banks will too. Now, if you are finding yourself in a predicament, there are tools available. But the main thing is make your payments on time. Like, only borrow what you can, make your payments on time, keep your accounts open, and use less than 10% of your credit. And that will help your credit go up over time. That'll help. Now, in the next video, I'm going to talk about some credit rebuilding tools. So if you're worried about not being able to get credit, I'll step you through some tools that will help you build your credit and step through that. And I've even used some of these tools in my past, so I'll talk about that in the next video.